Okay, number two, and apply the ratio test on that. Let's take a look at it and let's write it down. So an is 6 n to the n. I'll write this down as 2, an plus 1, 6 n plus 1 to the n plus 1. All right? And really what you're looking to do, you're looking to look at the absolute value of the ratio n plus 1 over an. The way I normally like to do this is I like to write down an plus 1, and I like to divide it by an. Now, when I do that, I'm going to say, I really, what I'm doing, multiplying by the reciprocal. So let me see if I can do that part, all right? Let me get my eraser out, erase this over here, and write that down. And we'll do the limit in a moment. So an plus 1 is 6 over n plus 1 to the n plus 1 times. Now, what I say divide by? I'm multiplying by the reciprocal now, and that's going to be n to the n over 6. What's nice about this over here, the 6 cancels. That's pretty simple. The absolute value is pretty much not necessary in this problem over here, but I do want to kind of look at it, and I see that I have n to the n over n plus 1 to the n plus 1. So I'm going to write it as n to the n over n plus 1 to the n times 1 over n plus 1. All right? I'm going to continue to rewrite that. I'll do the limit later. And I'm seeing this as n over n plus 1 to the n times 1 over n plus 1. Now this limit's more difficult. I'm looking at it though, and it's sort of like bringing back a deja vu to me. And I'll write this over here. I'm going to write n plus 1 over n to the minus n times 1 over n plus 1. All right? Now why am I doing that? I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something I recognize. And what's going to be 1 plus 1 over n. I'm going to put it to the n. Whoops, sorry about that. It's on an n. And then raise that to the minus 1 times 1 over n plus 1. Right? Now, certainly that was some work to get through that, but I want to point out, I wanted to be able to do that. I wanted to get that. Something I recognize where I can take the limit of that. Let me go back over here, and let me point that out for you. All right? So, I know I erased my work over there. So, make sure you write down an. Make sure you're able to simplify what the limit is, and I just did that. What I'm going to do now is write the limit down now. So this is the ratio test I'm using. What I do, I did the ratio of an plus 1 over an, took the absolute value of it, and then simplified to this over here. So I'm going to do the limit as n goes to infinity of this nightmare over here. Oops. All right, can I do that? I can. I'll tell you why. I recognize this immediately to be e. It's e to the minus 1 times, and this guy's limit is going to be 0. This is 0. All right? Oh, I didn't mean to box that. Sorry about that. Shouldn't have done that. It's 0. What about 0? 0 is certainly less than 1. So this series converges by the ratio test. Thank you.